Indiana Newsdesk is made possible in part by Maller Grodner Attorneys, providing legal services to clients and the community, understanding, expertise, results, Bloomington and Indianapolis, lawmg.com. IU Center for Rural Engagement, extending IU Bloomington resources to improve Hoosier lives in partnerships with communities and organizations, rural.indiana.edu. Smithville Fiber Internet Security Solutions and Voice in Southern Indiana. More information at smithville.com. Bunger and Robertson Attorneys at Law, utilizing 75 years of experience, knowledge, and resources to help individuals and families recover in personal injury matters. Information at lawbr.com. And by WTIU members. Thank you.
Coming up on Indiana Newsdesk. Monday's total solar eclipse was as awe-inspiring as advertised. But where was the influx of 300,000 people the city predicted?
Maybe that was a mistake to look at the internet and take those estimates that you read in different articles.
Officials compare the turnout in the city to a busy IU football Saturday. Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita has created a website where anyone can report concerns about what is being taught in schools.
It's more gotcha politics instead of let's have a discussion, let's grow and let's get better, let's improve every day.
The Metropolitan School District of Martinsville and Bartholomew County Schools are among the more than a dozen school corporations listed in the portal. And we follow a team looking to make history in the women's Little 500 bicycle race next Friday. We'll have these stories plus the latest news from across the state right now on Indiana Newsdesk. Welcome to Indiana Newsdesk. I'm Joe Wren. Well, Monday's total eclipse of the sun was truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The clouds parted early in the morning, and Bloomingtonians and those across much of Indiana were able to witness the first eclipse in, for some areas of the state, more than 1,000 years. Many traveled from across the country to be in the path of the first eclipse in North America in 7 years.
The last eclipse, you can't describe it in words. Video doesn't capture it. You have to be there live. And it was such a mind-blowing, you can almost describe it as a spiritual experience, that we just had to do it again.
Now, Bear says now he's looking for an excuse to travel to northern Spain in 2026 for the next eclipse. If any Hoosiers want to see another eclipse, they'll have to travel too. The next total solar eclipse to cover Bloomington won't be until October 17th, 2153. Now, local officials and business organizations told Monroe County residents to prepare for hundreds of thousands of tourists during Monday's eclipse. Instead, residents experienced something comparable to a football game day at IU. Ethan Sandwise asks, where were all the people?
In a December interview, Visit Bloomington's executive director Mike McAfee predicted record-breaking crowds for the eclipse.
We're expecting this to be the size of somewhere between 2 and 5 football games all at once, anywhere from 75,000 people to some people are predicting over 200,000 people.
By March, those estimates had grown. Visit Bloomington said between 250 and 300,000 people could be coming to Monroe County. It and other local organizations loosely base those estimates on figures from the 2017 eclipse, which brought huge crowds to small towns such as Hopkinsville, Kentucky. The Indiana Destination Development Corporation told the public the eclipse would be the single largest tourist event to ever happen in the state.
Every resident, every student, and every one of the expected 300,000 visitors can enjoy the eclipse safely here in Bloomington.
But on Eclipse Day, those crowds didn't materialize. Local officials estimate around 50,000 visitors actually showed up, raising questions about the original estimates.
Do you remember where those figures came from? Who formulated those estimations?
I really don't. Just reading online reports and things like that. So maybe that was a mistake to look at the internet and take those estimates that you read in different articles from media reports and things like that.
Tourism figures could be lower than expected because this year's eclipse covered more populated areas than in 2017. 32 million people lived in Monday's path of totality, compared to just 12 million then. Bloomington was also competing against other Indiana cities such as Indianapolis and Evansville.
Definitely saw a pickup in the number of folks and around downtown and such throughout the morning. But I think we could all admit it probably, it definitely probably did not get anywhere near the expected numbers that were talked about leading up to the event.
It's too early to get complete estimates. The Bloomington Chamber of Commerce says we'll have a better idea once figures come in for taxes collected on food and lodging. Still, the agencies, departments, and businesses involved in planning have a rough idea of the numbers.
We didn't have a massive crowd of 100,000 somewhere by any means. We had a few thousand people in several various spots spread out and leaving and arriving at different times. So it was great. I thought it was a great event.
City and state-run parks saw some of the largest crowds. The Parks and Recreation Department estimated 8,000 people came to Switchyard Park, while the Department of Natural Resources said its 320-site campground at Lake Monroe was at capacity. Morgan Monroe State Forest had an estimated 900 guests and 200 vehicles. The Monroe County Fairgrounds also admitted 103 cars Monday. But perhaps the most anticipated Eclipse Day event was the Hoosier Cosmic Celebration at IU's Memorial Stadium. Star Trek actor William Shatner and Grammy-nominated singer Janelle Monáe headlined the event. The IU Auditorium says it distributed 9,397 tickets, but estimates only around 3,000 to 4,000 guests turned up. Hotels did perform as expected. By Thursday last week, most were sold out or near capacity. The Graduate Hotel says it sold out Monday and had the attendance it anticipated at its rooftop event. Local law enforcement agencies say there were actually fewer crashes and less gridlock than usual. Many Monroe County employers and schools asked workers to stay home and keep the roads clear. For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Ethan Sandweiss.
Now on Eclipse Day, tourists spread throughout the state from Vincennes to Richmond and everywhere in between. Even smaller towns like Spencer saw folks come from as far away as California. Clayton Baumgarth spoke with community leaders about how the Eclipse event unfolded.
The town of Spencer began planning for the eclipse last August. Emergency services prepared for the worst-case scenario, possibly tens of thousands of people visiting to see the celestial event, bringing with them hours of gridlock traffic and hindering emergency response vehicles. But the day turned out to be incredibly mild compared to those predictions.
We didn't know what was going to happen for sure. We was hoping to have, like we do on Apple Butter Festival Parade Day, with an 8,000-10,000 people influx, but that didn't happen. But all in all, I think the day went well here.
Stantz estimates between 1,000 and 1,500 people visited Spencer for the eclipse. Town council members say they're still pleased with the turnout, even if it didn't quite meet expectations. At the least, now that they've made plans for how to handle an influx of people, they feel better prepared for anything in the future.
All those plans have been made with emergency services, so now we can keep that. We just pull that out of the drawer and use it again at some point, I'm sure.
Spencer Pride, a group that organized a full day of activities for the town, says they started seeing new faces in their community center as early as Friday.
Our overall kind of visitation at the center was about 3 to 4 times what it normally would be for that time period. So, it was a substantial difference in terms of, our engagement with the public, which is exactly what we're here for.
Spencer Pride was one of 30 groups selected to receive a $2,000 micro grant from IU Center for Rural Engagement to host eclipse-related activities. Balish says even with the smaller turnout of people, Spencer Pride was still able to achieve its goal of sharing the community with as many people as possible.
And through, the programming that we offered yesterday, it helped educate them and just bring them forward as human beings. And so absolutely we accomplished that yesterday.
So while it wasn't the blowout some may have hoped for, the people of Spencer are pleased with how they capitalize on the eclipse. For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Clayton Baumgarth.
Whew. That was quite a day, wasn't it, Callie?
Yes, it was.
We're joined now by Callie Lichter for more headlines from around the state.
Hi, Joe. The second phase of Governor Eric Holcomb's READY program, a regional economic development initiative, is set to generate $11 billion in investment across the state. The latest $500 million in state funding was awarded Thursday to 15 regions covering the entire state.
The regions will receive between $10 and $45 million for capital and infrastructure projects.
But I think we very methodically arrived at what was not just fair, but that was effective in spurring local economic growth.
Many of Holcomb's would-be successors in the governor's race have criticized his economic development approach. They've said it's a top-down strategy that ignores local input. Holcomb waves aside those criticisms as ignorant.
They should get busy doing the work, and they would see just how much local input drives the day. This is a true partnership.
Which includes Monroe and 9 surrounding counties, was awarded $30 million. Bloomington Mayor Carrie Thompson marked her 100th day in office with her first State of the City address Tuesday night at the Buskirk-Chumley Theater. She says since taking office, she's met with every city department to get feedback on how to move the city forward.
We are a community at the precipice of tremendous things, and we have so much to focus on right here at home.
One of the big issues the town is facing is the unhoused population. After removing 2 homeless encampments in her first month in office, Thompson's team is now working to relocate a 3rd camp. She said the camp has caused safety issues and will be moved in the next month.
It's not as simple as ordaining a place to camp or simply putting some sleeping mats on a floor. We need supportive caseworkers, mental health care, and help for those that are in crisis levels of substance use.
Thompson also announced former Mayor Mark Cruzen will lead a new resident advisory panel on open government, which she hopes will help improve wait times on public information requests. County residents against annexation will remain a plaintiff in the trial that will determine the outcome of the city's efforts to annex parts of Monroe County. Judge Nick Kirk dismissed a motion by the city of Bloomington to remove the group from the case because some members are not in areas affected by annexation. In its challenge, the city specifically mentioned President of County Residents Against Annexation, Margaret Clements. She doesn't live in the affected areas.
We're representing their voices. We're helping to coordinate the legal response. We have been educational, and we are fulfilling our mission as a 501c3 public charity.
A 5-day bench trial is scheduled for April 29th. Billboards from a political centrist group are urging Hoosier Democrats to vote in this year's Republican primary. Indiana Public Broadcasting's Brandon Smith reports on the message from Recenter Indiana, going up on roadsides in the Northwest, Central, and Southeast Indiana.
Recenter Indiana, formed 2 years ago, is made up of moderate Republicans, Democrats, and independents.
Our mission is to try to realign and recenter politics in Indiana and get away from the extremes, because we really believe that most people politically are in the middle.
The billboards urging people who usually take a Democratic ballot in the primary to vote in the Republican races this spring are focused on the open governor's race. Heitzman, a Democrat herself, says the next governor will likely be decided in the primary.
So at least I know that my vote will have some impact on the election.
Recenter Indiana will also launch a social media campaign around the issue. For Indiana Public Broadcasting, I'm Brandon Smith at the State House.
The Indiana State University Board of Trustees have nominated Mike Goddard as its next president after a 6-month search. Goddard, the provost of Southeast Missouri State University, will succeed Deborah Curtis at the end of the academic year. Curtis has been ISU's president the past 6 years, and Joe Goddard is expected to be confirmed next month after a contract has been finalized.
Callie, thank you so much. Coming up next on Indiana Newsdesk. A website launched by Attorney General Todd Rokita allows anyone to submit info about schools they find objectionable. And we check in with the women's Little 500 bicycle team looking to make history in next Friday's race. These stories and more right here on Indiana Newsdesk.
The way humans make sense of the world is through stories. We've got to go ahead and start training to go to Mars.
And liftoff. We pay tribute to all who serve and who have served Civilization is precious. Life is precious.
Artists here are making a difference. I'm trying to seek redemption.
We cover all the angles. We report the facts. We find clarity. PBS is here, delivering the credible, reliable, thoughtful election coverage you need to make informed decisions. PBS, your trusted election source.
Welcome back to Indiana Newsdesk. Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita filed for re-election this week. Now, earlier this year, he launched a website called Eyes on Education. On it, anyone can send in concerns related to Indiana schools. Now, as Benta Boutier reports, local educators are left to grapple with what it means.
The website has 17 listings so far, most of them public school districts. Submissions include class content, diversity and inclusion statements, and gender identity concerns. One of the districts listed is the Metropolitan School District of Martinsville, located along I-69 between Bloomington and Indianapolis. The district has 10 schools and around 4,000 students.
I think we will do a better job of getting the grants quicker.
Superintendent Eric Bolin says the portal does not accurately represent public education. Parents do occasionally bring concerns forward, but these usually get resolved with the educator or principal, which the portal overlooks.
That opportunity to get an issue addressed, it bypasses it. And that's not helpful sometimes, because then all of a sudden you're working from the top down instead of working at the grassroots level to take care of issues.
During open house in the Martinsville High School gymnasium, middle school students and their parents walk between tables. Teachers present classes and clubs available once students reach 9th grade. Kids gravitate toward a few tables for robotics, technology, and other hands-on classes. But they also make their way over to tables covered with student English projects, band and choir, and internship opportunities.
Even though we're comprehensive, we're good in each of these areas, and we're proud of that.
Schools do not want to tell kids what to think, Bolin says. Teachers present students with ideas and information to be critical thinkers. He says a district can be listed for something already resolved or something taken out of context, and the result dampens intellectual discussion.
Can't agree to disagree as much as we used to. It's more in the political arena, it's more gotcha politics instead of let's have a discussion, let's grow and let's get better. Let's improve every day. That's what we try as a district to do.
And it increases anxiety among teachers during a statewide shortage. Last year, Indiana retained 80% of its teacher workforce, according to the Richard M. Fairbanks Association. Its total number of teachers has not recovered to pre-pandemic employment. Rokita's office declined a request for interview. In a statement, his office says the portal is about transparency and will follow up on materials submitted using investigative tools, including the public records request. Michael Macaluso says the portal puts parents and teachers at odds. It reminds him of legislation introduced in 2022, which would have banned educators from discussing concepts related to sex, race, ethnicity, religion, color, or national origin.
It's a government website and anyone can post to it. And I think this sort of amounts to no context, public shaming, public sharing, which again, like I said, like this almost seems worse to a certain extent, because now it's just completely open. There's no sense of oversight.
Josh Lowry is running for House District 24 seat. He spoke out against the portal when it launched.
I'm going to speak to about anything that affects the people in my district.
Schools in the district where he's running, like Carmel Clay schools, are listed on the portal. He says the portal brings politics into education and puts negative attention on teachers.
Just because you teach a student something exists doesn't mean you're indoctrinating them. If we teach students about Amelia Earhart, we're not indoctrinating them to become pilots.
At the Martinsville High School open house, 8th grader Desi Sanders feels overwhelmed by all the options available to him. He moved to Martinsville this year from another district.
The old school district didn't really care if you showed up or really anything, so
but at this school that they really just care for you, and it's just really nice being here.
Since the portal's launch, other South Central Indiana school districts have been added, including the Bartholomew Consolidated School Corporation. For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Bente Boutier.
Well, after all the excitement Monday, the university in town is gearing back up for the world's greatest college weekend. The 36th Little 500 women's race on Friday kicks off the weekend's festivities. Aubrey Wright is taking a look into the competition and one team's chance to make history.
Grace Washburn is pedaling hard in her last lap, repping Melanzana's bright yellow jersey.
And the white flag is coming out. Can Washburn hold on?
Washburn, the team's captain, did in fact hold on and win it last year.
Twice is nice for Melanzana. They go back to back and win the 35th Women's Little 500.
Melanzana could be the first women's team to win the Little 500 3 times in a row on April 19th, back at the Bill Armstrong Stadium. This time, senior Sarah Hughes, co-captain of Melanzana, and she'd like to make history too. This is her 4th year with the team, and she says it's not all about winning.
The women's race is only 1 hour of the whole year, and we put in so many hours outside of that.
To Q, supporting her teammates and enjoying the ride goes hand in hand with trying to break records.
And then maybe we'll see how we do on race day.
Though the number of riders has ebbed and flowed through the years, the women's race is shaping up this year. 34 teams registered.
I remember being on Riders Council and kind of being like, oh, I want to see a full field, that would be great. But I think for me that was more wishful thinking.
Emily Carrico now works with competitors in the IU Student Foundation. She says students are rethinking how to recruit new riders. They're getting more women on the track by switching up strategies and trying to make the community more welcoming.
What's just impressed me so much is the dedication that's from our students.
The women's race is 100 laps. That's about 25 miles. It's shorter than the men's. Carrico says one of the biggest misconceptions is that women wouldn't be able to do the longer men's race. They can.
You can ask any of our riders, for them splitting up 25 miles between 4 of them is nothing. That is probably less mileage than they get on their easy days.
Carrico says the shorter distance makes the women's race unique. There's no forgiveness.
Because it's so quick and it's so action-packed, and if there's a mistake, you really don't have time to make it up.
Q knows what it's like.
I think the women's race, maybe I'm biased, but I think it's more fun to watch because it's very fast-paced.
Teams have to consider when they'll change riders or how fresh their legs will be. If they're behind, it's going to be even harder to make a comeback.
The strategy is just completely different in the women's race and the men's race.
Carrico says most people just don't know how much work Little 500 riders put in all year round.
We hop on the bike April 20th, you know what I mean, even after the race. The training doesn't stop.
Sophomore Kathleen Lemmy rides for Kappa Alpha Theta, the pioneering women's team, and it's the women's team with the most wins. Lemmy says riding for Theta feels like she's part of something bigger than herself. She's carrying on a legacy.
Because it's had so much impact on obviously all of our lives, and that's the race we train for every single day.
She's with her team 24/7, showing up for each other on and off the track. As an underclassman, Lemmy says she wants to carry on the legacy of support and love. She says it's more than just cycling.
This team is just absolutely incredible. They've definitely been there for me through some of my most hardest days. So I'm so grateful for them.
Lemmy and Q agree that race day is inspiring.
Riders, ready, set.
The stadium is decked out and packed with fans, and riders who have trained next to each other all year finally take their places for the Little 500.
I can't describe the feeling of how fun it is to see everyone on the track and get to work together.
It's just so cool to have all of these incredible women come together and really show all the hard work they've been putting in throughout the rest of the year.
And the whole IU community is cheering them on.
The amount of support received is absolutely amazing.
Carrico says fans should arrive early to soak up the atmosphere.
We have all the banners and all the colors up and all the people, and it's just this fantastic atmosphere and experience. So yeah, we certainly hope to see you there.
For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Aubrey Wright.
The women's race begins at 4 p.m. at Bill Armstrong Stadium. The 76th running of the men's race is Saturday at 2 p.m. And the first spring practice session under new head football coach Kurt Cignetti is well underway. Cignetti says one of the main things he's trying to do at IU is raise the bar on expectations for the program. But after giving the team Monday off to experience the eclipse, Cignetti called out those who came back Tuesday not ready to work.
People that follow Indiana think our players, okay, came out like the old Indiana. And that's what we need to eliminate, is that kind of habit, choice, decision mindset.
Fans will get to see their first chance to see what Cignetti's Hoosiers look like Thursday night in the spring game at Memorial Stadium. Kickoff is at 8. That's the end of this program, but our work continues online as we cover the news throughout the week at WTIUnews.org. Have a great weekend.
Indiana Newsdesk is made possible in part by Maller Grodner Attorneys, providing legal services to clients and the community. Understanding, expertise, results. Bloomington and Indianapolis. LawMG.com. IU Center for Rural Engagement, extending IU Bloomington resources to improve Hoosier lives in partnerships with communities and organizations. rural.indiana.edu. Smithville Fiber Internet Security Solutions and Voice in Southern Indiana. More information at smithville.com. Bunger & Robertson Attorneys at Law, utilizing 75 years of experience, knowledge, and resources to help individuals and families recover in personal injury matters. Information at lawbr.com. And by WTIU members. Thank you.